1. What type of life did Lencho live? Lencho lived a simple and hardworking farmer's life. He was honest, poor, and depended completely on his crops for survival. 2. How did Lencho describe the coming rain? Lencho said, "Now we're really going to get some water, woman," showing his happiness and hope for a good harvest. 3. How did Lencho's family react to the rain? His family was happy. The older boys went out to enjoy the rain, while the younger ones played inside the house. 4. What destroyed Lencho's crops and how long did it last? A hailstorm destroyed the crops. It lasted for about an hour and left the entire field covered in ice. 5. How did Lencho feel when the hail stopped? He was filled with sorrow and said that even a plague of locusts would have left more than what the hailstorm did. 6. Why did Lencho write the letter himself? Lencho was literate enough to write, so he decided to write the letter himself to express his faith directly to God. 7. How did the postman react when he first saw Lencho's letter? The postman laughed when he saw that the letter was addressed to God, but later showed it to the postmaster. 8. What idea came to the postmaster's mind after reading the letter? He thought of answering Lencho's letter himself by sending him some money to keep his faith in God alive. 9. How did the postmaster collect money for Lencho? He asked for voluntary donations from his employees and added part of his own salary to gather the amount. 10. Why couldn't the postmaster send the full 100 pesos? Because he couldn't collect enough money. He managed only 70 pesos, which he sent to Lencho. 11. What was Lencho's reaction on seeing the money in the envelope? He wasn't surprised to receive it, as he was sure God had sent it. But he became angry when he found it was less than he asked for. 12. What does Lencho call the post office employees and why? He called them a bunch of crooks, because he believed they had stolen 30 pesos from the money sent by God. 13. What does the story reveal about Lencho's faith? It shows that Lencho's faith in God was so strong that he never doubted God's help, even when he misunderstood humans. 14. How does the postmaster's act reflect human goodness? The postmaster's kindness and willingness to help Lencho show that good-hearted people still exist in the world. 15. What role does nature play in the story? Nature first helps Lencho with rain but then turns destructive with hail, showing both the kindness and cruelty of nature. 16. What lesson do we learn from Lencho's misunderstanding? It teaches that blind faith without understanding can lead to false judgments, even about good people. 17. How does the story blend faith and irony together? Lencho's deep faith is touching, but it becomes ironic when his faith in God causes him to mistrust the very people who helped him. 18. Why is the story called A Letter to God? Because the main event of the story revolves around a letter that Lencho writes directly to God seeking divine help. 19. What is the central theme of the story? The story centers on faith, humanity, kindness, and irony, showing how faith in God can inspire both hope and misunderstanding. 20. What is the message G.L. Fuentes gives through this story? The author shows that faith gives strength in difficult times, but true help often comes from human kindness disguised as God's work.